going, the snow is blowing across the lake, and
Do you snow ski?
I'm talking to an old friend. What?
Do you snow ski?
I do snow ski, of course. I have to get the mail.
I love it. That's
Is it
pretty
that bad
cool.
out there?
No, I grew up on skis. Yeah, I grew up in Montana, and that's about all we had is winter sports. A lot of winter sports, and so yeah, I ski, and all my children ski too. So it's a great family outing.
That's supposed to be just. I have to admit, I've never been to Montana. I do want to go, but I mean,
You know what, Dirk? This is
What?
Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
We're gonna have to drop in on you like you did on us.
Yeah, that's right.
I know.
I heard about this story.
so
What happened?
Isn't that cool? Well, that's kind of old Montana. I mean, people would just drop by.
I love it.
Oh,
I
friends
love
are
it.
always
I know
welcome.
it's kind of not done in L.A., but
Well,
it is at
listen,
my house.
We enjoyed having you. I have to
I know
tell
you're
everybody-
famous for your hospitality. That's why I wasn't too nervous, and I wanted to show off my two sons. And I recognized the street. I was going to see somebody else, and I said, "Oh my gosh, this is Manettiville.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm in Manettiville."
Your sons are gorgeous.
Yeah, nice boys.
Ah, thanks a lot. Yours too.
The only thing we missed that day was smoking a cigar.
I know. Well, I'm doing it now.
Oh,
the beauty
great.
of this, I can smoke while I talk.
That's
That's
nice.
skill.
If I could have smoked and talked at the same time, I would have had a career in Hollywood that lasted.
Yeah, you do pretty good. Hey, we watch A-Team almost every night. It's in reruns. I think it's on TV Land.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes,
You didn't
yes.
know?
No,
You got to watch. Oh, it's great. We watched you. I mean, I can't. Yeah, the stuff with you and Mr. T cracks me up. He looks like sometimes like he's really a mean grizzly bear, but then he softens up with that smile.
I know he had that paradoxical quality, which was so wonderful. I mean, not many guys have that. It's hard to find a guy with that kind of gruff exterior, but that mischievous, childlike sort of grin that he would resort to was killer. He had charisma. He still has it, I think. Last I heard.
The casting on that to me is unique, and I have to ask who was responsible for picking each one of you, because whoever just did a marvelous job.
Was that Stephen Cannell?
Well, I owe that job completely and totally, 110% to Stephen. Bless, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah,
shock
amen.
that was last year.
Really?
He passed away. And,
Stephen J. Cannell.
Yeah. He actually, the casting. People ask me why, because the show was very successful around the world, and it became a #1 hit for NBC when they were the third-rated network, and nobody expected it to do well. It was considered in Hollywood as just a stupid action car crash show. But one of the reasons was that there was a chemistry between the four of us, which was partly luck. Stephen wrote the part for me, and I had many meetings with him. And then, of course, NBC and their wisdom said, absolutely not. And they drug it out till the Friday before they started shooting.
Oh,
and
my
then
God.
I got a phone call saying, from my agent, one of those wonderful phone calls, you didn't get the job.
Oh.
And we get a lot of those, but this I thought, well, if I can't get a job that's written for me by one of the most powerful writers, producers in television, then I might as well go back to Montana and be a carpenter, which is what I did. And then I got a call about 4 weeks later, and they fired the guy that NBC had insisted on and brought me back down to Hollywood, and I did the show.
Wow, I
that's
didn't know that.
yeah, that's news to me.
Oh, it was awful. Yeah.
I hope you stuck it in there, Kicky.
Joel Thurm. I don't mind saying Joel Thurm, the casting director, then head of casting.
Yeah, he was
He
a jerk.
refused to hire me. Said,
I
absolutely not.
remember him.
I remember him too.
Yeah.
I wasn't good looking enough. He said. He said, yeah, well, they had Tom Selleck there and all those really good looking guys, and they didn't figure I was. They said. They told my agent, said, we've hired the best, whose guy's going to be the best-looking guy on television. I mean, this is the kind of stupidity you run into in that profession.
that
isn't it?
really is stupid.
Yeah, and not to
like
mention
it
the
mattered,
fact
really.
that you're a hell of an actor.
He was the character, but he didn't. I mean, I always wanted to see Owen Wilson play the part in the movies.
Yeah. I have to admit, I never saw the A-Team in the movies. I know you were in it.
I know Ray did.
Yes, Ray did.
I saw your cameo, Dirk. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was. I shouldn't have done it, but
Why not?
Hey, it
was kind of a. It wasn't a rewarding experience, and I had been saying no. I didn't want to do it, and then finally, I caved in. But I could tell they weren't. Just from my day on the set, they were going in a different direction, a more typical macho. We were tongue-in-cheek, and we were silly, and we were a cartoon. And I don't know whether Hollywood never understood that or whether it was, but we were a cartoon. The charm of the show was the fact that it was for children.
Yeah,
to be able to watch it with their parents. So
Jeez, you made me feel terrible. Yeah. That means I have an IQ of 4.
No, it's hugely popular with parents. It was designed to appeal to a family.
Yeah, well,
but George, who was very conscious of that, George Papard, he said, because sometimes we would get a little. He said, no, and we wanted to hang on to the adults, but we were also. It was, you could almost turn the sound off and watch it sometimes.
I think everybody loved that show, and Murdoch was great. He played all these cornballs. You guys were a great team. I mean it.
And we were considered, it did require some good acting, although I never got a job after that show, really, and not in Hollywood. I never worked again.
Don't scare Ray. Ray's a young actor here, and if, I think...
Well, you want to be in a show that's politically correct, right? See, we weren't. We had guns, we had cigars, we were chauvinistic, we didn't have a girl. We had rotating girls that came in and out, and Hollywood didn't respect us, didn't like us, and when it was over, it was over. There's never been a show like it on mainstream television.
No,
there's never been a male show. That's a male show. That's a male-driven show. Its stars are all.
Dirk, we're going to be right back.
No, we're okay. We got another minute.
Oh, 1 minute. My wife's poking me. I don't know. I'll never learn this.
Well, maybe it's something entirely different.
I knew you were going to say that.
See, only Dirk would understand this.
Maybe you got other duties. I don't know.
He's got a lot of other duties.
I'll hang on here. Yeah.
The real gist
when you
of
have
radio.
To go away.
Well, Dirk, hey, stick around. You can hang out with us
I
for.
had my wife poking me. I wish I had a wife.
Can you hold on for just a minute?
Hang in there.
All right.
All right, great. Well, hey, this is the weekend edition of the PM show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. We're talking with Dirk Benedict, who's just cracking us up here.
Yeah.
Nancy, you keep your hands to yourself.
Why?
Calm down.
Why?
Yeah, that's okay.
Get a show.
Don't mess around.
Everybody can see my hands.
Listen. I think that with everything anyway, we love you, folks. Stick in there with us. We all.